expect a lot more from their people. So in terminology of projects, we're trying to get more done with fewer people, and that's always a challenge. I understand that. This course is designed with the idea that project management isn't your only task. It's very clear that you have other functions in addition to project management, and you may have multiple projects as well as a full-time position leading a department. So with all that in mind, this is how we're going to present the course. I'd like to first point out the importance of project management. Project management is one of the most important functions in industry today. The reason I say that is because the only way any company has to get work done is through running a project. A project team is formed, people are taken from different departments, a project manager is assigned, and that project goes underway. I hate to report to you, I follow statistics, and I can tell you statistically that we're not doing such a great job. 7 out of 10 projects in the U.S. failed last year. 70%. That means that in that 70%, they did not meet the time objectives, they did not meet, or they did not meet the budget objectives or the objectives of the project. And we have to turn that around to be more competitive in this environment. So project management is more than just taking a course. It's part of your process of evolving to the next step in your company. And all companies adhere to the principles of project management. And having been a part of senior level management, C-level actually, in Fortune 100 companies before, I can tell you that senior management expects that its people know how to run projects. So it's expected of you. And if you do not understand the framework, project management is a very frame-driven program, and you must know the framework. You must know the all of the requirements of project management. The goals of this course are going to be to identify for you how projects enable enterprise prosperity. Your enterprise must prosper. Projects are part of their lifeblood. That's how they get work done. And so it's very important for you and your company to be proficient in running projects. You must determine the ability of an organization to take on more work. When can you take on more work? If you do not have that skill at this time, part of this course is going to be to allow you to evaluate the total portfolio of projects and determine when more work can be done. Apply a prioritization criteria is very important. Prioritizing the projects. That's where the steering committee comes in. They have to be there so that they can prioritize the projects and you can develop the master schedule, all of which we will be covering in detail as we go through this program. Also, a goal of this course would be to reduce administrative overhead by standardizing the process. Let me tell you, if Company A has 100 projects and and they're doing it 100 different ways, Company B has 100 projects and they're all doing it the same way. Let me tell you, Company B is going to be further ahead than Company A. Let's talk about increasing the probability of project success through effective management of stakeholder expectations. Let's get into the overall process of how projects are formulated, how things should operate. I call it decoding the strategies. Refer to your manual, and on the board my PowerPoint shows an overview of the strategic business plan, which is written by the company. This strategic business plan outlines the way the company is going to operate over the next 4 years. It has all of their objectives and vision. Everything that's going to be done is in that strategic business plan, which must be pushed down and brought back up with commentary. And that's a very important process because everyone has to be behind the strategic business plan. That drives the business. That's the direction we're going. It's very specific. Increases in marketing, 32.3%. There were surveys behind that figure. We have to know that. I'd like you to know that when the strategic business plan is developed, information technology should also be developing a strategic business plan to show how they're going to support the direction of the company. That means they might need a master architecture. That master architecture has to be outlined and able to enable the business to go forward. They might need a change in the infrastructure. All of that are part of the projects that have to take place during the fiscal year. Let's take an example of a company, a large company, 200 projects per year. Those 200 projects go to the steering committee for approval. When the steering committee approves them, they also prioritize those projects. Priority number 1, 2, 3, all the way down to number 200. And they use a very specific methodology that has to do with market share, that has to do with the best of cost reduction, the most important, the most crucial, on down to those that contribute less to the company. That project list must go into a master schedule. That's where the program management office comes in. We take the 200 projects for the year, put them into a master schedule. We identify, we go through resource allocation right down to the individual that's going to be doing that project. I could tell you, looking at this, that in the third quarter, I need 3 more C++ coders in IT. And why? Because I have all of the resources allocated. Here it is. Now I have the resources of the company allocated according to the strategic business plan and the IT support plan. So now we're all in sync. Everything should go forward. So one of the first things you have to check in any gate review, the first gate, is this project aligned to the strategic direction of the company? If it is, then you're in good shape. If it isn't, that project will be canceled. It shouldn't go forward. You have few resources, and those resources have to be applied to aligned and approved projects. Now that's the concept I want you to keep in mind as we go through the detail.